So as you said, we have been talking number of times, and we heard from you that you know bank is supposed to be, whether it is a government bank or a private bank. How does a bank survive? The bank survives on a viable profit. So, what are your tips for a bank or a banker as regards the operations and profit?
Basic concept to be understood is that whether state bank or whether any other commercial bank or public sector or private sector bank, it is any it is a commercial organization, and any commercial organization can exist only if it can make profit. And for making profit, a number of steps have to be taken. And steps for a layman, for a simple thing is you increase the income and you reduce the expenditure. It's simple. But if it's that simple, it's not that simple. By increasing the profit, by increasing the income, and by reducing the expenditure, you cannot reduce or increase the rates of interest at your sweet will. These are governed by a third party, that is the Reserve Bank of India. So there are costs and costs and costs which are otherwise an expenditure. So how to control those costs? And the best thing is to maximize the output out of the main thing, which has again come back to square one, and that is the available resources are staff, and how to increase their output and get the maximum, how to increase the output to the maximum level by not increasing the expenditure. You cannot increase their salaries at your sweet will. You cannot, but you have to pay rents, you have to pay traveling allowances, electricity bills, rents for the buildings, and you have to pay interest on the deposits. At the same time, the evidence is that the loans which you have given must be recovered and followed up, which is not being done. Normally, bankers or A, B, C, D bank, I would not like to mention, but my experience says that generally any banker goes to any factory or any industry or any other for inspection. He spends time in gossiping and enjoying rather than uh, uh, doing his job. And second is his effort is to oblige people, and obliging people doesn't help neither the bank or the carrier. But at the same time, uh, what the basic job is giving the advances and against securities. So where are the securities? Those things are not being checked, people are not being trained, and people are not being supervised also. Those who are going for supervision, they also need to be supervised. There have to be supervision and control. As I said earlier, okay, management is delegation with supervision, and without supervision management is not delegation. Without supervision is abandonment, it's not management. So I think first thing is to ensure the personnel perform their duties, and that can be only ensured if people really perform the job which is assigned to them. Uh, Again, coming back again, and it's a repetition. Uh, People are not doing the job properly, and nobody is asking them the questions because the extraneous pressures are brought on the persons who uh, want to bring them to the book or make them to function. Second is most important thing is, while you cannot increase the interest or reduce the salaries or and increase the profit, the most important thing is to plug the leakages where the income should come, where the income should, the expenditure should be stopped. There is no, that's not proper attention is not given. What are the wasteful expenditure? What are the controllable expenditure? And what are the so much business is available in the banks to the banking industry, which is non-banking business means uh, collection of bills, issuance of drafts, and this is, if it's done efficiently, a lot of income can be generated, but and which can result in increased profit with the help of the computer, which is not being given attention to, and attention is being given to the uh, non-banking activities, like uh, most of the banks are having mutual funds and their own mutual funds. So instead of assigning them the branches with the deposit growth and other, they are given the assignment for increasing the mutual fund business, which is not their job. So again, leakages are where income could come and income is not being taken care of. So income, as I said again, I am again, one income which is absolutely not non-risky and has no risk in doing is the issuance of drafts and handling of bills and letters of credit, where no loan is given, no security is taken, and only thing is that you should know what you are doing and job, the people must be trained, and that business should grow. It will automatically help. It is also helping the industry. Uh, this part of the business is not being given full attention. Wherever it has been done, it has given, it is shown results, and this business has been increased in number of places, in a number of branches, in number of banks. By having been with 4 banks, the use of the computer for increasing non-banking business. Non-banking business, as I again repeating, okay, non-banking business, issuance of drafts and handling of uh, bills covering supply and receipt of goods and services. So that is not being given attention, because with the staff being a little free of the drudgery of accounting and adding, multiplying, etc., which the computer has taken over. So spare time is not being used for this purpose. Spare time is being used for reducing the staff, which is affecting the customer service adversely. When there is no staff, the customer, who will attend to the customer? And you will find now in a branch having a lot of business, when you visit that place, so staff is more than half, it has been reduced. Uh, but staff is needed for bringing and conversing the business and servicing and talking to the customer and solving his problem and understanding his problem, and then using the computer. Computer is to assist us. Computer cannot replace the human being. Computer can assist us in handling the business. That's all. I think this scenario has totally changed, and it has not been properly conceived or handled, with the result that everybody is suffering, customer is suffering, banks are suffering, and then every time it is being said banks are not capable of doing this, banks are not capable. Yes, they are not capable of doing, because they are not using their capabilities or personnel available properly, and they are not training the personnel properly, and they do not know what to do with the staff which are available with them, and how to train them, and what jobs to assign.